2021 year was full of change and transition. In September 2020, I was honored to move into the role of Executive Director, while we also welcomed Heather Calhoun as our new Board Chair. We have seen significant accomplishments this year as we continue to persevere in our vision to create a gateway to safety and support women and children to live a life free from violence. Over the past year, the world was told to stay home and keep everyone safe from COVID-19, but we know that home is not a safe place for everyone. As an agency and as a sector, we have overcome significant challenges in the face of the pandemic. It highlighted for the world the many dangers that women face being isolated at home with abusive partners, no way to reach out, no reprieve, and increased stressors that exacerbate an already dangerous situation, at times a fatal situation. Women are not always able to safely call us or connect with their social supports as they would have before the pandemic. Despite these challenges, we were able to continue to support many women and children through our shelter and community outreach programs. Halton Women's Place modified our services to continue to keep women safe from COVID and abuse, implementing thorough infection prevention and control policies, and redesigning our spaces to ensure women can be comfortable, supported, and safe during times of quarantine. We innovated and adapted, finding ways to best support the women and children that need us the most through virtual connections and reaching out in new ways. Other highlights from 2020 included opening 3 new transitional housing units in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity in the region of Halton, a place where women can journey forward to create the life of safety they deserve. In partnership with Halton Regional Police Services, a memorial was built to commemorate the victims of intimate partner violence, symbolizing our shared commitment to end violence in our communities. We cannot do our work alone and without the overwhelming support of so many others, and I want to start by acknowledging our incredible staff team at Halton Women's Place, who have continued to show up each day with the compassion and kindness and support for the women and children that need us the most. The resilience and tireless work of our team has been inspiring, all while they continue to adapt to new ways of doing the work. And to our Board of Directors, we are so thankful for their steadfast commitment. Our dedicated and passionate board continues to help guide us with their diverse set of skills and expertise as we navigate this challenging year and focus on our strategic plan. With so much gratitude, we thank our donors and our funders, the Ministry of the Children, Community and Social Services, the Ministry of the Attorney General, and all of our community partners, some including the region of Halton, the Halton Regional Police Services, and all the community foundations. We did this with all of your support in recognizing that the women and children of Halton needed you more than ever. And special thanks to everyone in Halton who has reached out for help. The Halton community has been instrumental in reaching out to help one another to ensure family, friends, and colleagues were all safe. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to recognize all the brave survivors of domestic violence. To those who have left abusive situations and to those still experiencing violence, we see you, we hear you, we believe you, and we will continue to be here for you when you need us.
Hi everyone, my name is Heather Calhoun, and I'm the Chair of the Board of Directors at Halton Women's Place. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to thank our staff, our board, our partners, and our community for all of your ongoing support towards a future free from violence for women and children in Halton. As an organization, Halton Women's Place has always been a strong example within our sector for its programs and services. This year challenged us with the continued impact of the global pandemic, and all of you have rallied to continue to provide these services, which are unfortunately so necessary. I'd also like to thank all of the HWP volunteers who dedicate their time and talent to HWP. Our volunteers also pivoted and continue to share their time and expertise virtually whenever possible. We look forward to a return to an in-person at some stage, and until then are very grateful for your continued support. I would also like to thank our volunteer board and acknowledge a number of new board members who've joined us this year, bringing a broad set of skills, experience, and diverse perspectives to our 10-person board. And I'd like to thank long-standing board member who is retiring today, Janet Pickle. Janet, you've served with passion and dedication and always brought HWP history into the conversation. You'll be missed. To our new board members who joined mid-year, this is an official welcome. We look forward to your growing involvement and support. It's hard to believe that just over 1 year ago, the pandemic changed how women and children could be supported in shelter and in our outreach programs. I'm immensely proud and grateful to all our staff who have responded to each new health and safety protocol, always striving to provide the most welcoming and empowering environment possible for the women and children who call the shelter their home. And our program staff who pivoted to online program delivery and accelerated new initiatives to reach more individuals, such as through our online chat support. In early 2021, the board and management team began working on the new strategic plan, and you'll see more in the coming months about the future of HWP, continuing the great work that's already underway and focusing on ensuring accessibility and responsiveness to the needs of our diverse community. Our mission and vision remain unchanged and our commitment to them unwavering. In short, while the board would be happy to see us be able to close due to services no longer being needed, until that time, we'll all continue the hard work, the important work of providing a safe space for women and children on their way to living a life free from violence. On behalf of the Halton Women's Place Board of Directors, I'd like to again extend a thank you to our community, our partners, our volunteers, and our highly dedicated HWP employees for another tremendous year. Thank you.
Over this past year, I managed the programs and services here at Halton Women's Place, including our shelter and our community-based services. When I reflect on this past year, I think of change. There is so much change in our community and here in our organization. However, our staff team, our incredible staff team and leadership group came together to adjust our services to best and safely meet the needs within our community. And boy, there were so many changes. When I think about our programs, we have launched a 24-hour online web-based chat that's available and accessible for women in our community. We knew that not every woman would actually be able to call our 24-hour crisis information and support line when they needed to. This was an alternative, an option, a much needed option in our community. In addition to this, our incredible community services team also had to adjust the way that they worked when they no longer were able to meet with women in person. They are now accessible virtually as well as over the phone. In addition to this, they created incredible virtual webinars around safety planning, education, wellness, and support, and it was available throughout the year for women. In addition to changing the way that we operated and provided services, we had to change the physical environment of the shelter. We adjusted the shelter layout, the rooms, bathrooms, as well as so many other spaces within the shelter to best support women and safely support women and children, as well as our staff team. Even though we had all of these changes and we're trying to meet these safety protocols, we continued to grow as an organization. We opened more transitional housing units and supported many women and their children throughout this year. We collaborated and continued to collaborate with our community partners to explore other housing alternatives within our community. We also worked closely with another women's organization to offer a unique resiliency group online for women. In addition to this, we also adjusted how we support in shelter, so that way during this pandemic, during all of these changes, the shelter environment continued to feel like the safe haven it was meant to be. This past year, it's because of our incredible staff team, our donors, our community partners, and our funders that we were able to once again meet our mission, that Halton Women's Place provides a safe haven, information, education, to support a future without abuse for women and their children.
Despite a year of uncertainty and change, the public education program continued to provide our education and awareness services to the Halton community. Last year, we continued our work of equipping youth and our community with the knowledge and skills they need to have healthy relationships. We continue to be a sought-after resource by schools and teachers across the region. It is with their partnership and support that we continued our work of violence prevention through education. With the sudden school closures in mid-March 2020, our team began the work of adapting our program for virtual delivery. We successfully adapted our program by providing pre-recorded presentations to schools and teachers via secured YouTube links. We finished off that school year having sent 73 pre-recorded presentations, reaching over 1,700 students within that time period. As the pandemic continued and the new uncertain school year began in September 2021, we expanded our virtual offerings and we're now delivering live virtual presentations via Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. we completed 284 live virtual presentations, 73 pre-recorded presentations, and 18 community presentations. In the midst of COVID-19 and a new teaching, learning platform and environment, our public education program proved itself to be resilient and responsive to its ongoing demand. We regularly receive feedback from students and teachers, whether it was through social media or emails, thanking us for our presentations because of the impact it had. The continued support we received, as well as the organically increasing demand from our community, is a huge testament to not just the strength, quality, and impact of our program, but also highlighted the need for it in our community. In addition to adapting and pivoting our education service delivery model, our team expanded the public education program in exciting and innovative ways, all designed and created with one goal in mind: violence prevention through education. We started a Youth Ambassador program in October 2020 and successfully onboarded 75 youth into our program, representing 12 schools. This program represented our desire to expand awareness in education by making youth the leaders in relationship health education with their peers. Whether they were sharing informative posts on their social media accounts, helped to create awareness videos, or helped plan our virtual conference, for the first time, youth across Halton were active participants and engaged partners with our public education program. We also offered several community webinars, hosted our first virtual youth conference for Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and started our very own podcast, The Youth Pod, launching 18 episodes during the last fiscal year. The podcast was designed to be another way to deliver relationship health education to youth and our community. Episodes included special guests who shared their expertise and stories, and also regularly featured our youth panel. Conversations ranged from relationship deal breakers, body kindness, the influence of media, social media, and discussed healthy, unhealthy, and abusive behaviors and relationships. The podcast engaged youth and our community in conversations that we believe can help change the culture that normalizes behaviors and attitudes which perpetuate violence against women. We are proud of the work that we were able to accomplish this year and are thankful for our donors whose investment in our education program allowed us to reach children and youth across the region, to educate them on healthy relationships and so much more. It is because of our donors that we are able to deliver these presentations and be a part of preventing violence against women.
My name is Julia Seymour, and I am a Youth Ambassador with Halton Women's Place. I'm a Youth Ambassador because I believe that as youth, we have the ability to shape a future of healthy relationships through education and empowerment. Today, I am proud to share that our committee has launched several exciting initiatives, such as our virtual How Youth Love conference back in February during our Healthy Relationships campaign. This virtual conference had over 100 youth sign up from around the community and educated youth about some of the common warning signs of abuse. We are currently in the midst of our May Sexual Assault Awareness campaign, where we have launched several exciting social media initiatives, such as the Pass the Phone Challenge. We also have our second virtual youth conference coming up next week. To date, our committee has around 75 ambassadors from 12 different schools. We will continue to advocate for healthy relationships to combat the cycle of gender-based violence as the leaders of tomorrow's generation. Before coming into this experience, I thought that gender-based violence was something that would never affect me or the people that I loved. However, I discovered that every 1 in 6 days, a woman is killed by her intimate partner in Canada. I also discovered that a large proportion of the victims of domestic abuse and gender-based violence are youth just like me. This is why I continue to advocate for education, to educate youth like me about some of the common warning signs and what supports are available to them. This experience has meant so much to me. It has taught me that our seemingly small actions often have the largest impacts. Whether it be a new podcast episode, a campaign, or a virtual conference, I've had several friends and peers approach me with questions about what supports are available to them, or even just for advice in different situations. I've learned that we can be an advocate with small actions in our own ways. This is why I will continue to serve as a youth ambassador to make a difference in my community. Thank you.
This past year has shown us at Halton Women's Place how incredibly generous and supportive our community can be. This pandemic has absolutely affected fundraising. With the elimination of face-to-face meetings and events, my team and I pivoted our fundraising and stewardship efforts into the virtual world. Although we had to cancel our golf tournament, we successfully organized a virtual Hope in High Heels walk for men and boys and raised an incredible amount of money, but also enthusiasm. We were also able to be creative with our virtual gala and typical holiday giving program and granted shelter holiday wishes with our community's donations. We received more than 800 donations for this initiative. And like I said, our typical gala, which normally has 400 people gathered together, had 400 people gathered together virtually this past February. We had local super band Walk Off the Earth perform for us as well, and we raised an incredible amount of money for our public education program. Thank you. You, our community members, were also continuously asking how you could support the women and children in our shelters during lockdown. While we suspended our volunteer program and our in-kind donation program due to public health protocols, you supported us financially and with much needed gift cards for our clients. We had many groups and corporations come forward this year to be part of our Safe Shelter sponsorship opportunity. And as well, our community really rallied with our meal sponsorship program that we launched when we had to close our communal kitchens when the first lockdown happened. That particular program raised $10,000 and also supported local restaurants. We in the development department miss meeting our donors face to face and giving our shelter tours and celebrating at all of our events. We have been helped in such amazing ways though this year, and we thank you. We can't wait to see you all again as we walk together during our Hope in High Heel events, swing that golf club at our golf tournaments, and dance and bid with you at our galas. Thank you for choosing Halton Women's Place this year.
Hi everyone, my name is Raheem and this is my dad. My family and I have been raising funds for Halton Women's Place by participating in Hope in High Heels for the past 3 years. I am proud to say I have raised almost $2,000 thanks to donations from friends, family, and even strangers. We support Halton Women's Place because everyone deserves a safe place to live, and this is such an important cause.
Hi folks, my name is Ali. Our family supports the Halton Women's Place because it's a charity that does so much good within the Halton community. It's so important for abused women and their children to know the services, the shelter, and the support they can receive as they try to reestablish their lives from the Halton Women's Place. We look forward to continuing our support of the Halton Women's Place, and we ask that you join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of St. Matthew's Marthoma Church Milton, we express our gratitude towards Halton Women's Place as a sponsor for your safe shelter. Every year, our church's Women Wing organized a fundraiser event. In August 2020, we were able to organize a virtual walkathon. We chose Halton Women's Place as it is closer to our church in Milton and is a safe haven for women and children who are victims of violence, abuse, and are going through hardships, especially during this pandemic. We are glad to see our donations for a good cause. On behalf of St. Matthew's Marthoma Church, we wish Halton Women's Place all the best in their mission.
Hi there, my name is Patrick Buskar. I've been a Halton Women's Place volunteer for what feels like the last 10 or so years. The reason why I volunteer is it holds a very special place in my heart. I've had someone very close to me spend some time at the Halton Women's Place long before I even knew about it. And I think in the time that that person was there, it definitely was a help, especially since they didn't have anywhere else to go. And, knowing that information, it made me feel like I wanted to help out. And that was something that I could back because I'm a very strong believer of equality. And some of the social norms that we've had in the past, it wasn't something that I believed in. I believe in a partnership. I believe in working together as a team. And it made me sad to feel that there were people out there that treated their significant others poorly. And so there were many, many ways that you could volunteer. And so, I tried every which way. I became part of the golf committee. I participated and ran my own team with people from work for the Hope and High Heels. My wife, she also participated by being a part of the annual gala. And over time, we tried to just lend our hands whenever we could in terms of not just being part of the sponsorship committees, but just, wherever we can help out by helping set up for the gala, participating in the golf tournament itself, and every which way. And we have a young son, and we took the opportunity to take some of his clothes and donate them. Anytime we had any thing that we thought we could help the Halton Women's Place, we did that. And so there's not just one way to help. We made that our cause, and we share with our family and friends that this is the place that we not just dedicate our time, but our money and our resources as well. So we're very encouraging for others who are looking to not just donate money, but if they're looking to also donate their time to a worthy cause, we always point towards Halton Women's Place as a place that they can get behind if they're looking for a place to volunteer or also to donate. So with that said, I encourage everyone to find that place that means something to them and to get behind it 100%, not just in the traditional ways, but in the other ways as well.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Zilda Gizes, and I am the local representative of the Ministry of Children, Community, and Social Services working with Halton Women's Place. As I thought about my remarks today, I wanted to reflect on the agency's mandate, which is connected to the lives of so many survivors of violence who come through your doors physically and virtually and have found safety, healing, and community. I also want to reflect on 2020, a year that was marked by change and in many respects a major shift in the way we used to offer services. As the ministry representative, I have been working closely with the agency over the past several months, and I feel reassured that Halton Women's Place has taken this challenge on in a positive, responsible, and resourceful way, always doing their best to not leave anyone behind. I also want to talk about the leadership changes at Halton Women's Place. In 2020, we bid farewell to Diane Beaulieu, whose commitment and strong leadership brought the agency to a solid position, particularly during the first few months of 2020 as a result of a very difficult year and pandemic. We also welcomed Lori Hepburn, the new executive director, who has brought so much passion and enthusiasm to her new role and is so eager to make a difference, which she has already done in many ways. New projects have been launched, some of which will have an impact beyond Halton region, further increasing the agency's profile and impact addressing gender-based violence. There are also many opportunities that have taken place and continue to evolve, such as developing new resources, and creating greater capacity for the organization and the violence against women sector. We are grateful for the agency and leadership team and staff who have taken these challenges on with vision and open arms. In closing, I also want to reflect on my role as the ministry program supervisor for the past 16 years. What a pleasure it has been to work with such a passionate and committed and hardworking team. What you are doing matters. You are making a difference and changing the lives of so many families for the better. As I leave my role, I would like to wish Halton Women's Place, all staff, the board of directors, all volunteers, all supporters, and each client who comes to your agency for support, and those that are out there that need your help, all the very best into the future. Thank you for all your work. Goodbye.
Intimate partner violence has been an ever-present secret carried by families of all backgrounds. It has touched all of us in one way or another, whether through personal experience or through the stories of others. Members of the Halton Regional Police Service, Halton Women's Place, and other community partners see the toll violence takes on family units firsthand all too often. In 2020, our officers responded on average to 10 intimate partner violence calls a day. And we all know that intimate partner violence is often underreported to the police, meaning that the true incidents of intimate partner violence may never be known.
To break the cycle of violence, we must break the cycle of silence. The Intimate Partner Violence Memorial, unveiled in November 2020, is a very public testament that intimate partner violence is not acceptable. The memorial serves as a pledge to victims that our community will not be silent about intimate partner violence. Furthermore, the memorial reaffirms Halton Regional Police Service's commitment to work alongside our partners to ensure that Halton Region is a place where every person has the right to feel safe in their homes and supported by their community. We have a long-standing partnership with Halton Women's Place, and we look forward to continued collaboration on community initiatives to prevent violence.
Talk about having your own personal cheerleaders. Instantly upon my arrival at Halton Women's Place, I was assured that my safety and well-being is top priority. Coming in, I had no clue what to expect, especially with COVID effect. I was very skeptical, as my personal circumstances caused me to be fragile, stressed, and untrusting. During my stay, those parts of me began melting away. Halton Women's Place staff over time has provided me with various support resources and outlets. The webinars have been my personal favorite. Definitely had me open up, become more vocal, and confident. It didn't matter what time or type of question, concern, comments, or feelings I had. HWP staff was always readily available and attentive to my needs. HWP staff make the environment welcoming, clean, secure, and inspiring. I am thankful for staff. I am thankful for the mental gifts, nutritional gifts, physical gifts, and most importantly, the gift of shelter, safety, and protection. It feels so good to know that HWP has my best interests. It feels good to know that it's never too late and there is help out there. It feels good to know that I am in control. I am resilient and I am thankful.
It was nice to see you again.
Yeah, great to catch up.
Yeah. Oh, can you share that banana bread recipe?
Oh, sure. It's actually my mom's banana bread recipe, but it's pretty foolproof and it's super easy.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it. I know your mom is a great baker, so I should be good.
The trick is to grease the pan really well and use overripe bananas. That's my mom's tip.
Okay, good to know. I can't wait to try it. So thanks again for the recipe.